Good morning all. Today we have the concept of bounded sequence. A sequence n is said to be bounded above if there exists a number capital M such that n less than or equal to m for all n greater than or equal to 1. So we should have for the elements we should have an upper bound. That capital M is called an upper bound. And a sequence n is said to be bounded below if there exists a number small m such that m less than or equal to an for all n greater than or equal to 1. So this a sequence is another lower bound. That small m is called lower bound. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു സീക്വൻസ് അത് ചെറുതാണെങ്കിൽ അതിനൊരു ലോവർ ബൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കണം. So sequence is bounded if it is both bounded above and bounded below. For examples, set 1, 2, 3 etc. is bounded below by 1, but it is not bounded above. And a sequence 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 etc. is bounded above by 1, but not bounded below. It's also bounded below by 0, we can say. And set 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2 etc. is bounded also both bounded below and bounded above. So the number capital M is called the upper bound and small m is called the lower bound for sequence n. And if one more definition is there, if m is the upper bound of an and no number less than m is an upper bound for an, then m is the upper bound for an. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടുത്തെ കേസിൽ എന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതൊരു അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് ആണ്, പിന്നെ ഒരു അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് അതിനുണ്ടാവാം. ഇപ്പോൾ സെറ്റ് 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 എക്സെട്ര 1 ഒരു അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് ആണ്, 2 ഒരു അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് ആണ്, 3 ഒരു അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് ആണ്, 4 ഒരു അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് ആണ്, ഇങ്ങനെ കുറേ അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടാവാം. പക്ഷേ ലീസ്റ്റ് അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട്, അങ്ങനെയുള്ള അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ടുകളുടെ എല്ലാം ലിസ്റ്റ് ഈസ് 1. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ലീസ്റ്റ് അപ്പർ ബൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ if m is a lower bound for an and no number greater than small m is a lower bound for an, then m is the greatest lower bound for an. So set 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 etc. is bounded above by 1. Also 2 is a bounded similar it's bounded below by 0 and -1. That times it's not in the sequence but it is bounded below, and the greatest lower bound is 0 and set 0 to 0 to 0 2. It's bounded below by 0. -1 is also a lower bound, but it is the greatest lower bound is 0. Next theorem is every convergent sequence is bounded. So നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ സീക്വൻസിൻ്റെ കൺവേർജൻസ് ലാസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ പഠിച്ചു. if we have a limit exists then it is convergent. Now let's look into the proof of the theorem. Theorem is every convergent sequence is bounded. So we took a convergent sequence. Let a and be a sequence which converges to L. There will be a limit, that is L, and by the theorem, by the definition of limit, there exists a positive integer p such that modulus of an minus n greater than less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to p. The modulus മാറ്റുവാണെങ്കിൽ that is l minus epsilon less than an less than l plus epsilon for all n greater than or equal to p. നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ an for all n greater than or equal to p, we got a lower bound l minus epsilon, but we don't know what is behavior of a1, a2 etc. ap minus 1. So we took that element also and find the minimum of that, minimum of l minus epsilon a1, a2 etc. ap minus 1, that is small m, and we took maximum of this l plus epsilon, thus upper bound, and a1, a2 etc. ap minus 1. So we get m small m less than an less than capital M for all n. Hence, sequence an is, we have a small bound upper bound, and we have a lower bound small m, and we have an upper bound capital M. So the sequence an is bounded. Next theorem is the non-decreasing sequence theorem. A non-decreasing sequence of real numbers converges if and only if it is bounded from above. If a non-decreasing sequence converges, then it is converges to its least upper bound. This is the statement of the theorem. So this is an if and only if theorem. So we have to prove the both part. So first assume that the non-decreasing sequence of real numbers converges. So every convergent sequence is bounded. Therefore, every non-increasing convergent sequence of real numbers is bounded from above. Now we have to assume that it is bounded. Conversely, assume that let an be a non-decreasing sequence of real numbers which is bounded from above. So we have it has a bounded upper bound. So let capital M be the least upper bound of an. Then by definition of upper bound, an less than or equal to m for all n, and no least upper bound. So and no number less than m is an upper bound for an. That's the definition of least upper bound. So there will be an upper bound, and it is, since it is least upper bound, there will be no other number less than m is an upper bound for an. Now choose an epsilon greater than 0. So if we take m minus epsilon being which is less than m is not an upper bound. So the all upper bounds are will be greater than m. The least upper bound is m. So m minus epsilon is not an upper bound for an. Hence there exists an integer k such that an greater than m minus epsilon. So there exists an ak which is greater than m minus epsilon. Since an is non-decreasing, ak greater than m minus epsilon, which implies ak greater than m minus epsilon for all n greater than or equal to k. That is non-decreasing in a property vechitana. Since n less than or equal to m for all n less than m plus epsilon for all n. Equal to m ആയതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ഇൻഇക്വാളിറ്റി മാറ്റാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അതിനേക്കാളും ഒരു സ്മോൾ നമ്പർ വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അത് ലെസ് ദാൻ ആയി മാറും. സോ ഫ്രം 1 and 2 രണ്ടും കൂടെ കമ്പൈൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ m മൈനസ് എപ്സിലോൺ ലെസ് ദാൻ an ലെസ് ദാൻ m പ്ലസ് എപ്സിലോൺ, which means modulus of an minus epsilon less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to k. അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ലിമിറ്റിന്റെ ഡെഫിനേഷൻ. സോ സിഗ്മ an converges to m, the least upper bound of an. Therefore, it follows that every non-decreasing bounded sequence converges to its least upper bound. Similarly, we have one more theorem, the non-increasing sequence theorem. A non-increasing sequence of real numbers converges if and only if it is bounded from below. If a non-decreasing sequence converges, then it is converges to its least upper bound, its greatest lower bound. Its greatest lower bound. We can prove this theorem in the same way. Instead of there exists small m that we have to choose, and small m great m, that part similar proof. So combining these two theorems, the non-decreasing sequence and non-increasing sequence theorem, the non-decreasing sequence theorem and non-increasing sequence theorem, combinedly we can state that monotone convergence theorem. That means every bounded monotonic sequence is convergent. So if it is bounded above, it converges to least upper bound, and if it is bounded below, it converges to greatest lower bound. So and if it is bounded, the monotonic sequence is converges. Next problem is show that 2 raised to n sequence 2 raised to n by n factorial is convergent. This sequence an is equal to 2 raised to n by n factorial. നമ്മൾ n ന് 1 കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ which is a1 is equal to 2 by 1 factorial which is equal to 2. a2 is equal to 2 square by 2 factorial which is equal to 4 by 2 is equal to 2. a3 is equal to 2 cube by 3 factorial which is equal to 8 by 6 which is equal to 8 by 6 is 4 by 3 1.33 etc. So an is equal to this is an less than or equal to or 10 an plus 1 less than or equal to an. First time same one a3 is less than or equal to a2 and so on. So an plus 1 less than or equal to an. Therefore sequence an is monotonically decreasing അല്ലെങ്കിൽ non increasing. So every our now this is we have to check whether it is bounded. Now this an is less than or equal to 2 for all n and here an is equal to 2 raised to n by n factorial which is greater than or equal to 0 for all n greater than or equal to 1. Therefore sequence an is bounded. So every bounded monotonic sequence is by monotone convergence theorem. Every monotonic convergence sequence is every monotonic bounded sequence is convergent. Therefore sequence an is convergent. We have to find the limit of sequence an. If sequence an has limit L, then an plus 1 also has limit L. The 10 after all 10. So consider an plus 1 by an which is equal to 2 raised to n plus 1 by n factorial by 2 raised to by n plus 1 factorial by 2 raised to n by n factorial. We can cancel 2 raised to n plus 1 and 2 raised to n and this will be 2 and n plus 1 and factorial and this will be n plus 1. So this is n plus 1. So limit n tends to infinity an plus 1 is equal to, we can cross multiply this term and so limit n tends to infinity 2 by n plus 1 an which is equal to, left side is equal to L, our limit will be same. So limit this we can split into limit n tends to 2 into limit n tends to infinity 1 by n plus 1 into limit n tends to infinity an. So which is equal to 2 into limit n tends to 1 by n plus 1 0 into L which is equal to 0. That is sequence an. So limit is equal to 0. So an converges to 0.